all the Tokyo Revenger fans out there, before you go down in the comments, before you downvote me, just answer this question truthfully and honestly. Could you skip half of the episodes of Tokyo Revengers and still get all the best parts of Tokyo Revengers without losing any of the context or any of the, critical components of the show? I'm not saying the show doesn't have good moments. What I'm saying is that it don't need 24 episodes. I think this could be a damn good 14 episodes. All right, I'm gonna move on. Actually, I'm not gonna move on. I couldn't think of a song to go in here. For now, you'll just listen to me. I don't have a song. What is going on, blurs and blurrettes? This is BB coming at you with another video. This time we are talking about Tokyo Revengers. So this video is going to be both a reaction to the season finale, episode 24 of Tokyo Revengers, as well as honestly just me talking shit for a little bit before I watch it. It's giving very average, I'm gonna be honest, and everybody is talking about this show as if it's the next big three. It is all over everybody's timeline. It is all everybody talks about. But it's just kind of like, I just don't think it deserves all the hype that it's getting. For example, we got Otaku Academy over here, and they make great anime merch. I've talked about them in my previous videos, but look at this great ass fucking piece of merch for a trash ass anime. I mean, you got the name on the back. I would love to rock this shit. But I'm not gonna be wanting to be associated with Tokyo Revengers. All right, so first the animation. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I know you guys have heard this before. The animation is kind of It's not bad animation. I'm not one of those people who thinks everything has to be all glittery, Demon Slayer movie quality type artwork or anything like that, or cinematography. But it does kind of shoot itself in the foot where you have fight scenes that are supposed to be dramatic, but you might as well just read the manga because you ain't really seeing no actual fighting going on, right? You look at the characters in the background and they're just like, or you look at even the characters that are fighting and it's just like basic punches and like kicks, and they literally go from like here to here. There's no movement, there's no like fluidity in the movements, so you don't have to have amazing artwork to have a great, compelling anime. Honestly, a lot of anime thrives despite that. So I'm thinking of The Tale of the House Husband. Terrible anime, laughably bad animation, but it works that into the comedy of the show. Obviously, this is not a comedy here, but you could still tell a dramatic, compelling story if you were trying to do that. They're trying to tell a good anime with bad anime artwork and a bad anime plot, but I'm gonna get to that in a moment. Takemichi is, como se dice, how you say, a bad protagonist. He is boring. He brings nothing to the table. He himself doesn't have a plan. Takemichi doesn't do anything other than just yell. He has like force of will. He doesn't give up, sure. But also like, so we're delinquents. We beat people up. You can take a couple punches, good. Cause I got a couple more to give to you. That's not gonna, like, this talk no jutsu, that's not gonna work here. Also, if we're gonna speak on that, how do his powers work? Because he went back to the past the first time, not because he shook somebody's hand, but because he died. And then he changed the course of that person's life, shook that person's hand, and then went back to the future. And now every time that he shakes that person's hand, he either goes back to the future or back to the past. But after that episode, which I think was like episode 2 or 3, he's changed a lot of lives just by being around. So does that mean that he can shake anybody's hand and go back to the past or present? Or is he limited to only one person? And if so, why? And why is it shaking a hand specifically? Like, what's the significance of that? I know it's anime and you're not supposed to read into it too much, but the math just ain't really mathing. It doesn't really actually make sense when you actually stop to think about it, and that's okay because it's an anime. But also, as the protagonist of the story here, you should be using that to your advantage. And I get he's a dummy, he's a loser, he's a virgin, he doesn't really have any positive mental capabilities. He probably even belongs as a 13-year-old. Just stay in the past. Don't come back because you ain't got nothing for yourself here. You're reacting to things that are happening in the past instead of using your power to be able to potentially travel infinite times. They haven't really set a limitation on his power. I mean, he could go to a Toman meeting at 4 o'clock, go back to the future at 5 o'clock, and swap back into his past self at 6 o'clock, just to see if maybe me being there for that meeting has changed the future in any way. But he doesn't. He waits like 3 weeks at a time before he goes back to the future. Why? 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 But with that being the case, me watching this, I don't empathize or care or relate or like him in any way. All he does is cry and react to 13-year-olds. And the crying, I understand that that's like, maybe that's the trend. Where people want their main character, they want their protagonist to be more emotional, to be more tied to the story, to be more affected by the story. And I get that. And a lot of times it does work out and it does make for a more compelling story. Tanjiro really cares, even about his enemies. And he fights hard, but he cares. And that's a beautiful thing. You want that duality. You want that, development, that three-dimensional character set, right? Takemichi only cries. There's a whole disconnect between him crying and me caring that I think is kind of the main problem of the show. Again, the comparison that I'll make very, very closely is with Tanjiro. When Tanjiro cries, I feel it. Like, he cares about these people. He cares about these demons. He knows that he has to fight because he has this mission to save his sister, and he is always on the mission. He's always getting stronger. He's always fighting demons. He's always looking for clues, and he'll do whatever it takes, even though he doesn't want to be a violent person, because he cares about his sister. Takemichi. Takemichi is not that. He's not. I loved episode 1. It got me hooked the way that an anime needs to. I think episode 2. It solidified that it wasn't just a one-hit wonder in terms of the plot twist and the anticipation and different things that are happening. I think I probably liked episodes in between like 3 and maybe like 7. But it kind of fell flat. Like there was some salt and pepper sprinkled good episodes and good moments in there, but nothing that was really like, oh my god. Until you got to episode, I think it was 16, that was a pretty good episode. And then it really just dragged on from there. And now I'm at episode 24 at the season finale, and I don't really care. Episode 23, the episode before the season finale, was pretty much a filler episode. I mean, who does that? Who stops the train right before the finale? Why would you do that? What is the reason? What is the reason? All right, next up, the intro song and the visuals for the intro. I gotta say it. I gotta be the one to say it. It is just not. No, it's not. It don't really bang. It's not even catchy. I don't look forward to it. The visuals on it. It did take me a while because I always skip it. It did take me a while to realize that the intro visual does change depending on what's going on in the storyline. And I think that's even dumber. I think it would be really cool to have 1,000 references that are like vague and you're not gonna understand until like the very end of the season. No, it's like, here's the mission of the week or whatever. Like, oh, you can see Draken on the floor because we know Draken, that's what we're doing. And then, oh, he has a stab wound and then he just got stabbed in this. It's like, build some intrigue, you know what I'm saying? On that same point, you have the section before the intro, which is usually, but not always, a recap of the previous episode. So, I mean, I think it's 2021, I think. And I think by 2021, they should know that people are gonna be streaming these episodes more often than people are gonna be watching it live on TV. So I do have the ability to skip the intro, especially if the intro is not gonna be good. If you're not gonna invest time to making me need to watch the intro, I'm gonna skip the intro. So if people are skipping the intro, and if you usually have a recap before the intro, do not switch it up halfway through the show and start showing important details about that episode, things in between the previous episode and this episode, in an area where people are likely to skip it if they're streaming, if you know a decent amount of people are gonna be streaming. Everybody knows the best indicator for a great anime is that the opener has to slap. The opener has to slap to get you hyped for that episode. And this, it doesn't do that, truly and honestly and truly, I wouldn't lie to you. It does not do that. It does. One last gripe. I hate the fact that they say, I'll kill you, or I'll kill him, or I'll kill them all so fucking often. And yet we've only had one death. Wait, 2 deaths. Wait, 2 deaths? The other guy and this guy. We've only had 2 deaths in this show, but every single episode, every single scene, they say, I'll kill them, I'll kill them, I'll kill them, I'll kill you, I'll kill you, I'll kill them. Half the time you just punch him twice. Oh, he learned his lesson. Why not just say, I'll thrash you? I feel like that would be better. The problem for me is if you keep saying I'll kill you, but you're never gonna actually kill someone unless it's like a season finale or something, and someone might die in the season finale. Realistically speaking, that's, I think, what they're building up to. Someone important's gonna die. But they've kind of ruined the idea of killing off characters to me because they keep saying, I'll kill you, and it's ruined sort of my expectation of when that's gonna happen. And then when it does happen, it's just like, all right. And then the characters that they kill off, it's like, I don't care. Like, they killed this character off and he was only introduced to us like 5 episodes ago, I think. Like 5 episodes, he died. He was introduced 5 episodes ago. And for most of those episodes, he was a theme of the episode, but he wasn't in the episode. So there wasn't any character development to make me care about this person at all. And I didn't care about him at all. And he died, and I was just like, can we stop crying and continue the show? Because I don't got all day. Honestly, I think they put more money into the animation of the teardrops than into the fight scenes. And that's a problem for me. I'm gonna watch this 24th episode, the season finale, unless they do something spectacular. Unless they do something spectacular, I will not be watching season 2. I will not be watching season 2.